Hey guys. Hello. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Thanks for watching my short film. I'm gonna answer some questions. So if you want to ask, if you want to know anything about the film or the album or anything, just type the questions in the chat, and I'll answer them. Yay! That was so fun. I had so much fun making that. I'm very glad that you guys like it. Yay! It's like one of my favorite things I've ever made ever. Did you come up with the whole concept? How long did it take to make this? I did come up with the entire concept by myself. I had Pinterest boards, I had Google Slides, I had pages and pages of writing about like what it means and stuff. Oh my god, so many questions. Okay, let's see. We shot this whole thing in 6 days, everything. Okay, let me talk about the skull makeup because this is a huge thing in the film. And basically, I wanted to come up with a metaphor, something that like made sense but wasn't completely obvious. I came up with the idea for the skeleton because I feel like heartbreak is a little death. Sorry for the sirens outside. Oh my god. Cool. Nice. Okay, so I came up with the concept that heartbreak is like a little death. So anytime that I'm heartbroken, I have skeleton makeup on. Like for example, Doomsday, he breaks up with me and suddenly I'm a skeleton because I'm heartbroken. And I'm dead, whatever. And then in Erase Me, at the end of Erase Me, I see him again. He's not really there, but I go back to the high school where we had all of our memories, and it reminds me that I am heartbroken as much as I try to forget him or erase him from my memory. I'm still heartbroken. So that's why I have skeleton makeup on then. And yeah, and then in Reckless Driving, when I see him as a skeleton, it means that it's only flashes of a skeleton. It's never like he's never a skeleton for a long shot or like a long period of time, like a whole scene. It's only flashes because I can see that probably in the near future his heart is going to end up being broken by me because, just all of the words. I feel like because of the fact that I got my heart broken, now I'm about to break his heart, and that's why I see him as a skeleton. And then at the very end, I hate to be lame, it goes all the way back. So we use Super 8 film. We use the Super 8 footage to signify time passing. So the first time we see the Super 8 footage, it signifies 3 years in the future, 3 years past. And the second time we use the Super 8 footage is right before Hate to Be Lame, and it signifies going backwards in time. So Hate to Be Lame is and yeah. The scene after Reckless, so Reckless ends and we swerve the car or whatever, there's a blackout, it's implied that, we crashed the car. The scene afterwards, I'm walking on the highway, and it's like post-crash, I'm like bruised because we just got in a car crash, and the implication is that I have now broken his heart, so I've killed him, and he's now dead. It's all a metaphor. And then I see this flashback of him and and it just makes me emotional in the scene, and I'm crying because even though I ended up breaking his heart, it doesn't mean that I didn't have feelings for him. He was still very important to me, but it just didn't feel right. He felt like he was more in it, and it just wasn't. It just felt like what I needed to do. So that's why that scene happened. Yeah. So I wrote Hate to Be Lame about someone else, but in the context of this film, Hate to Be Lame is basically just me at the beginning of that high school relationship. And as the song goes, I can kind of see what might happen. So that's why there's we see shots in the high school and the skeleton, and then Phineas's verse, we jump back into all of the other music videos. So there's a performance part from Erase Me, and then All My Ghosts in the convenience store, and it's almost like I'm seeing all of this happen before I commit to this high school boyfriend. And at the end, the last scene where it's pushing in and then I kiss him is me seeing all these things that probably will happen. I'll probably get my heart broken if I enter this relationship. I'll probably end up breaking someone else's heart because of the trauma that I get from it. And that kissing scene at the end is me kind of doing it anyway. Me deciding that even though, all of those things might happen and I might go through a lot of pain because of this, I'm still going to do it because love is still beautiful, even though it's painful. And yeah, that's kind of the main theme of the entire album and the entire film, is just the fact that even though love is painful and messy and weird and hard, and hurts a lot sometimes and can feel like it could kill you in 5 seconds flat. That's the meaning of that lyric in Orange Road Speedway. Even though, it could kill you. That's the heartbreak metaphor again. In 5 seconds flat, it's still something that I want back. It's still something that I search for. We all still look for love because it's beautiful, even if it's painful. And that's the major theme of the film and of the album. Yeah. The hardest scene to shoot was probably, emotionally, it was the Doomsday performance scenes when I had to mouth the words for Doomsday. Just because I wrote that song 3 years after that relationship had ended, and I hadn't really thought that in depth about it until I wrote the song, and then even then it was just kind of hidden behind this metaphor of a funeral and death and stuff. So I wasn't really thinking about it, and then we had to film that, and I had to tap into all of my emotions around that experience again, and it was very difficult. It was a lot. When did filming for this start? When did we film this? We filmed this in October, I believe. Is that right? I don't know. October, I think. In 6 days. Let's see. I wrote the songs before I came up with this concept. I wrote the songs And then once they were finished being written and once we started kind of producing them and feeling out the sound of the songs, then I started really thinking about the film. Did you have any experience in acting? Yeah, I was a theater kid in high school. So yes, I was gonna go to college for acting. I was in it, and I still am so passionate about it that it just felt really good to be able to incorporate that into this project. What inspired the film? My life, my real life. This is all based on my real life. These characters are based on real people. Yep. The whole album is not in the film. There are snippets of most of the songs on the album in the film, except for 3 songs are not in it, just because they didn't. I didn't feel like they had a place in the film, but they still have a place in the album, obviously, because they're on the album. There's no more. That was the end of it. I feel like it's honestly up to interpretation. I mean, I explained, kind of the metaphor behind it, but I feel like there are a lot of things that you can notice if you watch again, and like look closely, and if you just like watch multiple times, I feel like you'll notice something different every time. And yeah, I kind of like that it's not entirely obvious what is happening. Sometimes you have to kind of watch a couple times to really understand, and I like that. I didn't want it to be too obvious. You got to work for it, I'm gonna answer one more question. Where can we watch this short film after today? Well, I think that you're able to rewatch it for like up to 24 hours or something, and then it will be out on YouTube on Friday when the album is out. So, yes. Okay, one more. Would you like to use this film concept in all of your next albums? I don't think so. I think this concept was very singular to this album and this period of my life. I feel like it wouldn't be applicable to, my next album because I'm not in this place anymore mentally. Yeah. I think that this is just going to be for this album, and that's okay with me. Yep. Okay. I think I'm going to go now. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being